Okay, so guys, we're doing something a little bit different. We thought, let's go live on TikTok because I really need to do a hand. I'm gonna try to look pathetic enough to Greg and see if he'll do the other hand for me. Odds are not in my favor. But we're like, well, why don't we go live TikTok? But if we're gonna do live TikTok, why don't we do a watch me work at the same time? We'll see how it works. What's cool about this, I think, though, is hopefully we'll get some questions. Miss Kira is going to be helping out. Hopefully we'll get some questions that y'all have about nails and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, it's Friday. Don't judge me on the appearance. Don't judge my nail. Just don't judge me. Please don't judge me. I have no hair thing. Let's see. What can we do? That's what the good Lord gave me a nail brush for, right? It's a good look. Everybody's gonna be copying this look now. Okay, so first thing we're gonna start with, guys, is pushing back the cuticles. And you can see, like, it's been a little bit since I had a fill, even though if you're on YouTube, it looks like I just did these. We did these several weeks back. These were done with the full cover tips and our precision gel applicator and just kind of like that no form technique. And I love the shape, but it is definitely time for a fill. I have something else going on this thumb. This is a life of a nail tech, and this is a life of a person that works at Young Nails. My nails are never finished or never completely done. Kira, if there's questions, just shoot them at me. But we're gonna start by pushing back the cuticle. Guys, this is a very important step. I don't want you guys to skip, but I'll say it again. I say it all the time. It doesn't have to take long. We're just making sure this nail was just done. We're gonna skip this nail. We're gonna pretend like it's not even there. It's an important step. It exposes the protein growth. It's gonna show us where we need to file so we have no lifting. So it's very important. Plus, it just makes the nails look so much better. I'm gonna go into our arbor band, and this has already been seasoned. And what I mean by that is when you get a fresh arbor band, you just take it to a hand file, and that just shaves down so you don't do any cutting. You don't want to cut. And I'm gonna go in and prep that natural nail. Now I'm running my electric file about, go up a notch, 5,000 RPMs. I may, you know what, guys, I'm switching bits. I'm switching thoughts because I forgot that I actually have flash and burn over the top, sugared on top. So I want to make sure I get rid of all that. Typically, if it was just a new nail, I'd just go straight into my arbor band, but I'm gonna shave down that flash and burn that's on the nail. So if you had gel polish, sugared nails, glitter, art, this is when I do it before I prep the natural nail, just to get it all shaved off, because this bit, the safety bit, is going to shave it down a lot faster than an arbor band. Okay.
What e-file are you using?
I am using our Young Nails electric file. Now, guys, there's a lot of electric files out there in the world. And what I'd say when you're looking for electric files, there's a few things you want to look for. Now, our electric file goes 30,000 RPMs. So that means you can crank it, right? Like, let's go. But there's a reason it's like squealing right now. It's like you should never have to work that high. But sometimes when you're working with other electric files, you do have to work that high. And the reason being is it doesn't have the feature of when you put it to the nail, it doesn't slow down. So our electric file, when I put it to the nail, it keeps its speed. It's kind of like cruise control in your car. If you're driving with me, we're going 90, right? And we hit a hill. Well, the car is in cruise control and the car goes, Tracey wants to go 90 up this hill. Still, it keeps its speed. Same thing with this electric file. When we put it to the nail, it doesn't bog down. It doesn't slow down. It goes, Tracey wants to be at 15,000 RPMs, which is typically what I work in. 15 to 16,000 RPMs to shave product down. Now that's shaving product down, not natural nails, okay? That's as high as you ever really need to get with our electric file. Now it goes 30,000 RPMs, and people will say, well, why does it go 30,000 RPMs if you don't want us to go that fast? Well, it's kind of an industry standard, and if we didn't have a feature like that, then people may say, oh, I don't want it because it doesn't have the industry standard, but it's just really not needed. Okay, so now after you get your art down, your gel polish down, your glitter, whatever you had on there, that's when we're gonna switch to your arbor band. And I also say, if you had any lifting, that's when you would have took care of it. I don't really have any lifting, but if you have lifting, you got to make sure you take care of your lifting. Lifting causes lifting. Don't glue it. It will just lift again. Plus it gets a really horrible peached out color. You always want to take care of your lifting, but that's the point I would take care of it. I would have took care of it with my X-Cut or my safety bit that I just used. And then we prep the natural nail. We don't want to try to get rid of lifting with the arbor band. Arbor band really is just for that natural nail, or maybe like it's just a light finish filing to give texture, because if you're trying to take a lot of bulk down, it's going to probably heat up on you. It's just not strong enough. Okay, sorry guys, I have to kind of get in there with my face to kind of see what we're doing. And since we're filming, I have to make sure I'm staying straight on that camera. Give the nail a little texture. Into that cuticle. Really want to make sure that we prep really well back there, okay? A lot of times, especially if we're first starting out, we're afraid of that back area, and it's the most important. That's why we season that arbor band, so we can tuck right to that cuticle. And if you also notice, I'm not coming in at an angle like this. That's what's going to cause rings in the nail. We kind of come flat, just a slight angle to tuck into that cuticle and follow through. Okay, I think we're good.
They're asking you're not going to hurt the cuticle like that?
No, guys, I'm going to show you. I literally can put this on my skin and I'm not going to hurt myself. Again, I seasoned it so there's no sharp corners. We're at a very, very low speed. It's not going to hurt. The only way this is going to hurt is if we come at this angle, and I'll show you, because I'm going to do it on the acrylic part versus on the natural nail, because I'd never do this on my natural nail. But if I hold that angle straight up like that, you guys see that line it just created? We never want to do that on the natural nail, and that's what that angle does. So if we come flat, that'll never happen.
Is it always supposed to be at a low speed?
When we're prepping the natural nail, always a low speed. So my two speeds that I typically work at is 4,000 to 5,000 RPMs for the natural nail, and that 15 to 16,000 RPMs to remove bulk. Typically my two. So let's get rid of this dust. We're gonna dust our nail off, and then we're gonna grab some swipe. Now swipe, guys, is a cleanser. It dehydrates the nail. It's gonna remove all the oil and contaminants from the nail and make sure that the dust is all gone. If you notice, I'm not brushing from side to side because it's just gonna shove it into the grooves. I brush down, and that way it pulls everything out. We get asked a lot, well, can I just use acetone? Can I just use or alcohol? If there is a way to skirt something that you don't have to buy, I will tell you. But honestly, alcohol has buffers still in it. It doesn't cleanse the nail plate good enough. So you still have oil on the nail, which is going to cause problems. Acetone can strip the nail too much, which can cause lifting too. So usually it's preferred that you just use something that's made to cleanse and dehydrate. Any other questions? I'm going to go into Protein Bond. Now Protein Bond, guys, if you're used to nails, a lot of people know the primer, right? They understand primer. But this is not a typical primer. This is not a methacrylic acid. A methacrylic acid that a lot of companies have, and it was just the standard back in the day. It chemically etches the natural nail, right? Which can wear down the natural nail. This does not have acid in it. All this is going to do is going to stay sticky. It's going to stick to the nail. It's going to stick to the nail product like a two-sided sticky tape. Most important is to get it on the natural nail. If you notice the first coat, I pulled it all the way up. It's just added insurance that everything's going to stick to itself.
Is this going to be a gel or acrylic fill?
This is going to be gel. So I'm wearing gel. We're going to do gel over it. You can fill gel over acrylic, but I'm just going to stick to what we have. I'm going to use our new concealer peach base. I have build, that's what I used on the original set, and I also have concealer peach builder on top. So what I love, I think I explained this the last time in the last video, but I just have to tell you guys, this is one of our newer products. And to have the same color base as your builder is huge. That way, if you need to get it nice and thin in the back, in fact, some of these nails I might just fill with the base. They're pretty grown out, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get away with that. But you never have to worry about filing too low in your builder and exposing your clear base, because now your base is the same color as your builder. It's huge. If you're familiar with gels, you know. So we're just gonna get a little amount. It doesn't take much, and I'm gonna try to find a comfy way of doing this so you guys can see and I can see and get it on. We're going to just work it back into that cuticle area. The most important is the exposed natural nail, and then I just like to pull it forward and blend it into the natural nail. Or not the natural nail, what I already have on there. A little bit in the corner. Guys, if my head gets in the way every once in a while, I apologize, but it is very hard to film and see what you're doing at the same time.
What do you do if your natural nails have been filed paper thin?
So if your nails have been filed paper thin, guys, it's not like we can put something on top of it and heal it. It has to grow out. Now, you can put an artificial over the top to help make it feel better, and that's what I probably would do. And usually natural nails that are thin, acrylic works the best. Not everybody can use acrylic though. Not everybody, you know, because of smells in the house or whatever it is in the salon. So you can also use gel, but typically acrylic works really well on damaged nails. It just does. It adheres better. Gel loves a healthy natural nail. It can work, you can make it work, but if you have the option, that's why I like to know how to do both, right? I like to know how to do acrylic, and I like to know how to do gel, because not every client is gonna get acrylic and not every client is gonna get gel. Okay, we got that. We're gonna get it in the light. And usually base is about just a 30-second cure. I'm typically working on the other hand if I'm working on a client. So you just go back and forth. You're never stopped unless you're doing yourself. So let me explain a little bit more about the acrylic versus gel and who should get what. Again, if you're in a salon and you can only use gel because they don't want the smell, I get it. But if a client comes to me and they've gotten bitten nails, thin nails, they have ski slope nails, they have wide nail beds, something like that, typically acrylic is just going to work really wonders for them. And sculpted acrylic, because we can pinch it, we can cast it. It's like putting a cast on a broken arm. We can help it grow in a proper form. And we can give it a good C curve by pinching. And a curve creates strength. And it's the reason why a lot of bridges are built with curves, is for strength. So typically that's what I'm gonna put on them. Now, if someone comes to me and they got a healthy nail bed, they have, they work in chemicals a lot, they work in water a lot, bartenders, hairdressers, people like that, gel is gonna work really wonders for them, because gel is non-porous. Hard gel that we're using is non-porous, so it does not break down in chemicals. So it's just giving the client what they need. Now, when it walks out the door, it should not matter, because it all should look the same. When I do a gel nail and I do an acrylic nail, it's going to be very hard for you to know the difference. Used to be that an acrylic nail was a 2x4, right? Back in the day, back when I started doing nails, and gels were like nice and thin. Nowadays, we can get them to look exactly the same. So we want to give ourselves or give our client what they need. Okay, so I'm looking to see if I need some builder. And I really don't. That's what I love about this base, because the color is the same. When you're just doing a minimal fill, you can just fill with the base and you're pretty much done. I'm gonna say this one might need a little builder, just because I had filed it several times while we were doing Twitch, having Habib file it to practice. So it's a little thin back there. So I'm gonna take my concealer peach in the tube, and we're just gonna put a little dot back there. A little amount. Don't need a whole lot. Okay. And I'll just take my brush and work it back there. That way I can get nice and close as I can see while I'm filming. And fill it in. Put a little bit there. Clean it up. Always want to clean gel up if you get it on the cuticle area before you get it in the light. It's much easier to clean. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna cure that out for 60 seconds because that's our full cure in our LED light for our gel. And then we're just gonna do some finish filing and we're done. Super, super quick, guys. I cannot stress enough about using the peach or the concealer pink base with your concealer peach or build or concealer pink gel for this very reason. It's gonna make fills so much fast. Like really, a gel fill, it typically for me is about a 30-minute service anyway, but this is even gonna reduce it even more. Gives you more time to do your art, whatever it is. And it's not cheating because it's gonna be a nice, strong, beautiful nail still. So why do things twice if you don't need to? We're gonna get our swipe out again. And we're just gonna cleanse.
Any plans to have the concealer bases in larger sizes?
Yes, yes. So, guys, we do that a lot when we first introduce. If you notice, when we release new colors in acrylic or gel, we usually do the smaller sizes because we're not sure if you guys will love them. We love them. We hope you love them, but you never know. So, you know, we don't want to buy a bunch of jars and containers and caps and all that if you guys go, nope, that was a total fail, guys. Try again. So it seems you guys really love them. So yes, we will be. Okay, so 150 file. Always season your files. This one has been done. I just want to show you guys, if you're new to doing nails, files are very, very sharp when they first come out of the box. So we just want to take off that sharpness. That way you don't have to worry about cutting yourself or cutting your client. Okay, I'm trying to think, because we didn't have to do much. Our shape is pretty much there. I'm just gonna take and put my safety bit on and just do minimal refining, and then we'll go in with a hand file, just do a little more refining, and we're good to go. So, gel is very easy to file. It's a lot less pressure than, say, acrylic. So it's a very light touch that, again, if you're scared of the electric file, it doesn't hurt. Like, again, the touch that I'm using, I can put it on my skin and I don't have to worry about it. I do get asked what happens or what happened when a client would come to you and say they didn't want you to use the electric file. I wasn't asking. This is how... I didn't use the electric file, guys, for the first 6 years of my career. And I got carpal tunnel in both wrists. So it's for my health. I was able to keep my career by learning the electric file. what I tend to do is I just show the clients, I'll do it on their wrist because it's a very tender spot, and I just tickle it. And I go, see, does that hurt? And they're like, no. And I'll even like come across, I'll start on their finger and I'll come across the top. See, it's nothing. And once they probably had a bad experience or they heard something bad about it, and so they're afraid. I'm much more afraid of the hand file than I am of the electric file because I have been sliced with a hand file. So again, you just have to educate your clients and let them know, like, it's not an option. I didn't ask it with a question. I'm letting you know that's the tools of the trade. That's what I do. You know, it's like if I want to go, my husband wants to go cut a tree in the backyard down, he isn't going to grab a handsaw. He's going to grab his chainsaw to get through it faster. Same thing here. Save our bodies. So I'm just coming through, doing a little refining. Again, very light touch, making sure it's nice and blended in the back. We didn't put much product, so I'm not going to do much filing. Okay. And my shape is pretty much where I want it already. There's not much to do when a client comes in for a fill. Now, I do get asked, like, when is a fill? What's the difference between a fill and a rebalance? A rebalance typically is 2 to 3 weeks after this appointment. This is just kind of a regular appointment. It would be kind of the next. And why? Is everything's off balance at that point. I can't just fill in a little bit because it's grown out. Where it was thicker in the stress area, it's now out towards the tip. Where it was thinner in the back, that's out towards the stress area now. So we need to bulk things back up. We need to make sure that the weight placement is correct. So my next fill, I'll definitely have to use the builder and do a little more work. Okay. Filing on yourself is never fun.
Do you have to apply gel differently than acrylic?
So yes, gel is different than acrylic, and it was hard for me because I was taught with acrylic. That's what I learned first. And I'm a very heavy-handed individual. So acrylic is pushing and moving the product where you want it, where gel is a very light float touch. That's why I like using these so much, because it forces me to be very light and to float. It took me a while. It took me a while to learn gel because of that, because I didn't understand the light touch. I'm not a gentle person, so it took a while. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna kind of shove this up in my face so I can see it a little bit better. I know that's kind of not in your guys' view, but I need to see. And as I get older, I go blinder. And check our shape. We always look down the barrel. This is your client's perspective. If you're ever doing nails and you're filing and your client's like, there's a bump, and you're like, there's no bump. I don't know what they're talking about. Flip it from their point of view and you'll usually see exactly what they're talking about. It's a completely different view. Seems simple, but I didn't do that for a long time. And when someone finally taught me that, totally changed the look of my nails. Okay. So, I was gonna put, let's see what we got. Let's dust ourselves off. Not sure if should we put something on top of them or should we just call it a day? I'm not sure. What do you guys think? I don't know. No, I don't know if I grabbed the file. Let's see. You know what? I'll show you guys a little something that I was thinking about doing. I'm gonna rough this nail up too, just so it grabs, because we'll just finish this hand.
Someone wants a blue and yellow design.
That is hilarious, because guess what I had pulled out? You're in luck. So, okay, so we have that done. We're gonna put it, this is our polish line. I use polish all the time for my nail art. I do a lot of Fenty photo shoots and fashion shows. I do a lot of the designing for the shows as far as the nails, and I use the polish all the time and encase it in gel. I think it's a great way of doing art, so we're gonna use that instead of gel polish today because these are the colors I want to use. Now I'm just putting I'm just putting down Protein Bond just to give me added insurance. And if you notice, guys, I didn't buff the nails. I don't want to buff the nails. If we buff the nails smooth and then I go to put gel on top, it's going to chip away. It won't stick. So we want to have a textured surface. Okay, let's see. We're gonna grab just a cheesy brush, a couple of them, and we're just gonna wing it, guys. So we're just gonna go right into it. So we're gonna use Heaven Help Me, Get Happy Fast, Find a Shortcut, and I believe this is Shut the Front Door, but I'm gonna I believe this is Shut the Front Door. There's no label. So,
will we be adding new caption colors?
yes, we will. We haven't, and we need to, but yes, guys, we will be. We have new gel polish in the works. I just need to work out the polish. It's been a while. We definitely need. And guys, I'm just gonna wipe the excess so I don't blend the colors back into the thing. And I'm just making it sloppy. And this is gonna be our first one. We're gonna see where we stand. You know what? I like to use my gel brush, actually. So I'm just gonna get the excess gel off, and I'm gonna grab onto the next polish remover. And I'm just gonna try not to get it in my face. Use the excess and get it on the brush, and we're just gonna do a little, what I like to call smearing. And we'll do it until we like the look. I just want a kind of a watercolor going on. And we can add more color if we want a color, like I want some more yellow. So I'm just gonna put some more yellow down. And again, the first nail is always gonna take the longest because we're kind of getting the concept of what we're doing. White. Yeah, just a light, hope you guys can see this, wash of color. Yeah, I like it. Okay, do I want every nail like that though? I don't know. I don't know, guys.
They want me to do over your nails so they can see.
They want you to be over it. Let's see.
This will be a video that comes out later.
Yeah, guys, we'll have a video, don't worry. Again, we're just putting this on kind of sloppy. No rhyme, no reason, just doing. And let's do. We doing okay, Jorge? Am I on film okay?
Mm-hmm. Looks good.
Can you guys see? We're just doing watercolors, basically. I'm wiping it off where I don't want it.
Oh, someone said hi. To you.
To who?
To Jorge.
Hi, Jorge. I like that. He says hi. Let's see. Let's do we want a full, just like full yellow now in the midst of it? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Guys, I've had a lot of coffee today, so no, I don't like that. I don't want a full yellow now. I am not tan enough for a full yellow now, guys. Nope. Not doing it. Okay, so let's just go back. We'll just do it all watercolor. I'm not into the full yellow right now. And try to get it back there. And we're just bouncing around. Smear it. You want to smear it around without making it look like mud too much, but that's what part of adding more color to it. And I like to expose like the pink underneath. And you can use the brush to get it close to the cuticle. Ooh, I like this one. There's always like my favorite. This is, if you guys have ever watched me, I cannot draw. I cannot draw. I could probably learn to draw. I just don't enjoy it. My sister is very talented in that matter. However, I am not. And some people ask like, well, can I have an art career? Can I do art? Am I going to be able to have a career in nails if I can't do art? This is art to me. Like color, I'm all about color. I love color, and just doing abstract is beautiful. Like, just enjoy it. Sorry guys. Okay, that's my favorite. They're all gonna be different ones. And each nail is going to be slightly different. Don't try to sit there and stress yourself out about making every single nail look the same. They will never look the same. Actually, what will happen is it'll look like you tried and failed, right? So I'm not even going to try. We're just going to make art. Okay. And as you go, you'll get more of a feel for it, and each nail will get easier and faster and better. Oh, I kind of like that one too. Maybe that one's my favorite. I don't know. Okay. So I'm going to give it just a second to kind of set up. In fact, what I'm going to do, and this is really not going to do anything, guys. I'm going to put it in light for a minute. And all that is gonna do is keep me from touching it, because I have a really, really, really bad habit of being antsy and not leaving things alone, and I don't wanna smear it either. So I'm just gonna stick it in the light and keep it out of my, what is that, sight, and let it set up a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna find, took my glasses off. What do we got? Fire gel. That's not what I'm looking for. Stain resistant. We'll use stain resistant. Okay, patience is a virtue, guys. A minute is not that long, Tracy. Now, even if I go in and I smear a couple, it's not going to matter, because the look is a smear. So it still will be part of the look. But you can totally do this. What? They're laughing. Why are you laughing?
His nail.
Oh. So Kira did a nail on Jorge, and he's having a hard time functioning. So, okay, let's get our top coat on. And I hit it immediately. Doing yourself is a challenge. Okay, getting that top coat on.
Someone wants to see Jorge's nail.
Jorge, you better put it in the sight. Let's see it. Let's see it. It's beautiful.
It's not focusing.
Okay. Isn't that pretty? It's very pretty. Kira did a very good job.
Thank you.
Okay, let's get it in the light for 1 minute, and we are done, except for me looking as sad and pathetic as possible and seeing if Greg will do the other hand, so I don't have to. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was fun. I had a good time. If you guys have any questions, we're going to keep doing this. Let us know. Is there any questions we need to answer before we go?
Not coming up right now.
Cool. Anyway, I had fun. This was enjoyable. Just a really super easy. Use the polish. Have fun with polish. Cap it in gel if you want to. Use the concealer, peach and pink base if you're using gel. It's going to make your feel so much easier. I hope, again, that you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching.